Hi everyone, this is Joy from Artful Homemaking, and today we're going to be talking about homeschool burnout. I think any of us who have been homeschooling for any length of time eventually come to a point of feeling pretty burned out on, our homeschool life. And so today we're just going to be talking about some ideas for avoiding that homeschool burnout that is so prevalent among so many moms, and some moms it even causes them to give up on their homeschool dream. And I just wanted to help give you some encouragement if that's where you're at, and here are some tips for avoiding getting to that place. So I've been homeschooling for going on 15 years. This is our 15th year of homeschooling, and we've graduated our oldest, and I still have 4 that I'm teaching at home. So there have been many times in my life where I started to feel burned out, and if you're feeling that way, don't feel guilty, don't feel bad about it. It's just homeschooling is a very big undertaking, and it's a lot of work and a lot of effort, a lot of emotional effort. So it's pretty normal and pretty natural for that to happen. So here are some of the things that I think are really important to try to keep from feeling the homeschool burnout feeling. Number 1 would be to take some time for yourself every day for prayer and reading the Bible, meditation, those type of things. To me, that makes a huge difference in how I'm feeling and how I'm perceiving the way our homeschool days are going. So make sure you're having some time every day for yourself just to rejuvenate and replenish yourself. And secondly, I would suggest, if at all possible, having a support group of other homeschool moms. I haven't always had this. Right now, I do have a group of homeschool moms that I'm occasionally able to meet with. And just knowing that they're there, and if I'm feeling, like I really need some help or encouragement, it really helps me to know that I'm not alone and they understand my feelings and that type of thing. So making sure that you have some friends who understand where you're coming from, I think, can be a big help. And number 3, it's also helpful if you're pouring into your own heart some things that will encourage you. I highly recommend, and I recommended this before, but Sally Clarkson's books, they're very encouraging and uplifting. And Sarah Mackenzie's book, Teaching from Rest, I'll link all these below. That book is super encouraging, super helpful. It takes the burden off. You don't have to feel all, like it's so stressful and all that. You can come at it from a place of rest, and you can make it through those times where you're kind of struggling. And so I would recommend just getting some books that would be encouraging, and also maybe connecting with some other homeschoolers online. That's also helpful. And the next idea I have is something I do regularly, and that is to take a personal retreat. And what this consists of is just stepping away from your everyday routine, just getting away from it and doing something different. Like, some moms like to go somewhere else, like overnight, to take a real overnight retreat, and I think that would be awesome if you could do that. I've never had the resources or the availability of doing that, so I've never done that myself, but I do regularly like to take time to myself, and I like to be at home. So I generally just stay at home, and I hole myself up in my bedroom and just tell everybody that I'm busy, I need some time off. And I'll just have my Bible and some books and a journal and just like a notebook where I can write down notes, things that maybe I need to change, maybe I need to do differently. But it's also great even if you can't go overnight, and if you're someone who needs to get away from your house. I have a bedroom that I like to go to, and since my husband works from home, that works for me. But if you need to get away, even if you can't go somewhere overnight, I've heard of lots of other moms who'll go to a coffee shop, or they'll go to, the mall, or, to a place like a hotel that has a lobby, or a restaurant, somewhere that you could go that you could just sit and think, or even a park or a lake or something. Personally, I just like to stay home and be in my room. It doesn't always work out the best because people know you're there. So if you have that situation, you may need to get away from the environment. But the idea is that you're going away from the situation and you're putting yourself in a place where the whole purpose is to be encouraged and to rethink things. You know, do you need to change your schedule? Do you need to change some of the curriculum? Do you need to just change up something, you know, some of the way you're doing something? Maybe for you, maybe it would help you to join a homeschool co-op. That isn't something that works for our family right now, but maybe that would encourage you. Or maybe you need to find a group of moms to help you. The retreat really just helps you to refocus and to rethink some things. Sometimes there's a part of the curriculum just is not working, and that's common, and don't feel bad about that. It happens to all of us. So sometimes you just need to ditch that. You know, sometimes you need to look at it and realize this does not work for us, or maybe it worked before and it doesn't work now. We had a curriculum that worked for all of my other children, and then I reached one child and it just didn't work for them. And it was kind of hard for me. I was like, this always works for everybody, but kids are different and people are different, and it wasn't working, so I had to get rid of it and go on to something else. So don't feel bad when that happens, because it happens to most of us, and just get rid of it and do something different. So sometimes you need to switch in curriculum, sometimes you need to change in schedule, sometimes you need just to read the Bible or a book that would be encouraging, that would speak truth into your heart and say, you know what, this is what I want to do, and it's okay. I just needed to get away from it for a little bit. Sorry, I'm having a contact that's jumping around in my eye. But so sometimes you just kind of need to get away for a little while, and that's the beauty of a personal retreat. It really just helps you to refocus. And every time I've done this, I always come back thinking, wow, I feel so encouraged, and I'm able to come back into it and be encouraged and get rid of that feeling, the burnout feeling that I was starting to get. So those would be my tips for avoiding burnout, and really helps if you have a close friend or your husband, someone that can speak truth into your life when you're going through that, because sometimes a little problem when you're starting to feel burnout can feel like a huge problem, and it helps to get someone else's perspective. So I hope that's helpful, and if you have a question related to this video or anything, any other topic you'd like for me to address, feel free to leave it in the comments or send me an email. I'd love to hear from you, and I hope this has been helpful. Hope you have a great day, and see you in the next video.